Podcast for the people. Yeah, we here. Welcome to the first official episode of Podcast for the People. Hey, we got the gang. You hear the gang with me here? You hear the gang with me? That's the brothers. That's the XO. You already know. We're gonna call this episode "Don't Stay Boxed In." And the reason why I'm starting off with this episode, everybody, is really because that's kind of like the biggest motivation why I did this podcast in the first place. I feel like "Don't Stay Boxed In" is not something that not just myself can relate to right now, but everybody, not only in this room right here, but everybody that's out there watching. And I just want to say, first of all, man, thank you guys for tuning in. First of all, that's most important.
Appreciate it.
I love all the support. For real, that's love. That's love from the get. Like from the jump, I had this idea out there. Thank you for watching the intro. Thank you guys for hearing me out for what to expect. But now we're getting right into it, man. This is Don't Stay Boxed In. And without further ado, I want to let my boys introduce themselves real quick. So before we get into the topic with Don't Stay Boxed In, I want to first thank y'all boys, bro. First of all, honestly, bro, like y'all supported me from the jump, bro. And it's always gonna be love from here, bro. That's love. You know I gotta do this with y'all, bro, because I can't talk about John and Zay without y'all, bro. Y'all know y'all love them as much as I did, bro. So let's get it. So the first one I want to introduce y'all to is this guy over here to my right, because you gotta get this guy out the way real quick, because he don't want to talk. You don't want to talk.
Okay. Hey, it's your boy. Ro, aka King Ro Fit, I'm in here in the building.
Talk that talk.
You see me, boy? They got the boy on the mic. They done messed up, boy. Y'all know what time it is.
Yes, sir. That's boy Ro, and then let me go over to my left over here.
Chill.
New father, whatever. Let's get it, bro.
Hey, I got a baby girl on the way. Not to take away from the topic, but it's your boy Eli. We here for it.
XO, baby.
Typical Eli. Act like you know. Let's get. I'm gonna give my boy a round of applause for that one. No cap. Hey, bro. Hey, listen. Congratulations on the new one, though, too, bro. Always, bro. Love, bro. Always. And then we gotta get the pretty boy out here for sure. Get him in there.
Somebody call for a bill.
Yo, it's your boy Billy the Kid, aka Not Bad.
AKA Not Bad. You know what I mean? And then let me get the brothers out here too. Let me get him.
Ronzi out here.
Yes, sir. OG Carpenter. Yo, say your ad name, bro. Yo, R.I.P. Carpenter. Yes, sir.
And you already know what time it is. It's Jason, aka J Star.
That's the guy.
Yes, sir.
But like I said though, man. Honestly, the love and support that you get from your friends could take you a long way. Everybody out there that feels like they're scared to do something, you'll be surprised, man. Like the support system is there. It's always gonna be there. You got a lot of people that love you. And a lot of people want the best for you, and as long as you want the best for yourself, that's most important, though, right? Everybody wants the best for you, but you got to want the best for yourself. So I wanted to start off with this podcast because Don't Stay Boxed In has been something that's been like, I've been wanting to spread this message for a really, really long time. Like this episode really dedicates to Jonathan, and Isaiah. Those were my two best friends that passed away in 2017. It's crazy. It's been 4 years already, too, right, bro? Long live John and Zay, for real. But this goes out. I mean, this episode is also dedicated to everybody that's lost somebody special out there, too, man. Like, you guys, you're not alone. I mean, unfortunately, life, the consequence of life is losing people in your life. But as long as you keep talking about them, keep spreading their legacy, always never forget that they were there for you from the jump. So they still watching you. John, I hope I'm making you proud, bro. Zay, I hope I'm making you proud as well. And honestly, I hope we all making you proud, bro. So this is something that we're doing together, and you still here in spirit anyways, bro. So long live John and Zay, for real, bro. Love you, bros. For real. But now, honestly though, like I want to get straight into it, right? Don't stay boxed in. Like that's something that everybody can have their own definition for, right? I learned as long as I kept living, I realized that my definition of it started changing. I don't know about y'all, but like I used to think don't stay boxed in meant like what John did. Go explore. Go do whatever you want because you want to do it, and it can happen as long as you want it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
you just gotta try shit.
Yeah, you gotta just go for it. And that's what I thought it meant. Honestly, I still think it means that. You know what I mean? I still think it means that. But I realized as I started growing, I realized that don't stay boxed in has more to do with yourself, right? It has more to do with that box that you put yourself in. It has nothing to do with what society wants you to do. It has nothing to do with like doing what's cool or not nowadays. Like it's about not keeping yourself in that box where it could be anything, where like this podcast, like where I you know, in the beginning you start thinking like, dang, are people gonna support it? You know what I mean? Or is this even gonna go somewhere? But you start thinking those negative thoughts. Like everybody does that. You start thinking of what could go wrong instead of what could go right. And that's a box. That's a box right there. You keeping yourself in that little box where you feel like you're not good enough. So I learned, like, as I got older, bro, like, don't stay boxed in has meant a lot more than just exploring. It means exploring yourself, chasing what you love to do, and getting out of there and just doing it. You know what I'm saying? Just doing it. But I did want to ask everybody here, like, what is their definition of don't stay boxed in? You can agree with me, but also say it in your own words as well. What do y'all feel? How do y'all feel like about that?
I mean, I would say my definition of, you know, not being boxed in is just not being too comfortable. You know, like, y'all know I came from New York straight to Florida. Just recently moved to Fort Lauderdale. Going to Arizona in the next couple of months, you know. So it's like, that's my idea of not being boxed in. Not being too comfortable, you know, not being stuck to the same surroundings, you know. So I think that would be my idea of not being boxed in.
Nah, for sure. What you thinking, Bill?
I respect it.
I just be feeling like don't stay boxed in. It's like kind of what Paul said, like, it's like yourself, you know what I mean? Like, staying boxed in, like, sometimes, you know, it's negativity, like, people telling you, like, even probably for the podcast, like, I'm pretty sure at first, like, you probably heard it, but brushed it off, you know what I'm saying? Thinking to yourself, like, mentally, like, damn, should I do a podcast? Like, I don't know, like, on the fence, and some people saying, yeah, some people, like, oh, you know, trying to say, oh, it's probably gonna be hard, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, and that kind of psychs you out. So, like, don't stay boxed in is like, you gotta, like, fight that battle with yourself and, like, figure, oh, if I'm gonna do this, then I can do it, and I'm gonna go, like, see it through, you feel me? So, it's more so, like,
it's like a step out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, step out of your comfort zone, and more so, like, blocking out all the noise, and, like, you taking yourself and proving those people wrong that I'm not gonna box myself into what you allow me to. I'm gonna do, like, what I want to do, and I can do it. You know what I mean?
For me, I feel like don't stay boxed in is breaking that barrier, breaking that wall down, right? So say society puts on a certain expectation for you, you get past that, right?
Yeah.
Bro, like, speaking on black men, right? You're not supposed to make it past a certain age, or you're not supposed to make it out of your certain situation, bro. You're not letting when you begin that gonna stop you from where you're gonna go to, you feel me? So, like, even women, right? Even women are expected to do certain jobs, or they're expected to take care of their kids. They're breaking out, they're going to do architecture, they're out here doing engineering, they're doing jobs that are hands-on that people think should be for a male. So it just makes me feel like you got to break that wall down. You got to, you know, set new levels of expectations. You feel me?
And I think the big thing is that, like what Billy said about negativity, right? Like we really let that get in our way every time. Yeah, like, it's not even from most of the time. It's not even from other people, bro.
And that should be any negativity on yourself, like, and that should be hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's an everyday battle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just always a voice in your head. Like, I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every time.
You know what's crazy? Like in the words of John, like that when he posted that post, which I'm gonna put that up there later in the video, but. When he said, like, stop, I don't care what people say about me anymore. Yeah. You feel me? I'm not here to impress nobody. I'm not here to, like how he say he don't post nothing on social media. At that time, he didn't. Yeah. And he really didn't a lot. He was so private. If anything, John was OD private. Like, if you wasn't his close friend, yeah. And then it's crazy because once he made that post, I think there was, like, something clicked in him. And then, like, as soon as I noticed that if you see what he posted before that, he was private. And as soon as he posted that, he really started posting opening up more a little bit, because I think he realized how inspiring he could be. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I think John, not that he slept on himself, because everybody knew John could do whatever he wanted to. Like, that was one thing. Bro. Like we gonna talk about it. Like, we gonna get into.
He put his mind to it. He made it happen.
And we gonna get into those stories of, like, what John has done. I mean, what he did before, you know, he passed, and honestly, like, it's a lot. Like, we can go all day to talk about the situations that only John put us in. Like none of us. It's the thing. Like, he did not care what people had to say at all. At all. Like, he can.
Bro, you know how many situations we ended up in? I ain't want to be in, but, like, it ended up being crazy.
It always worked out.
It always worked out. It ended up being a great ass.
It was never a regret.
Exactly. And I think once he stopped, I mean, not even once he stopped caring, I think John never really cared. I think one of the big thing, though, was that he started doing things on his own. That was a big thing too. Remember how many solo trips John took? Yeah. And I encourage everybody to take solo trips.
Yeah, because facts. I remember there was a time that John was actually telling me, like, he felt like he was being restricted to doing certain trips because he had to wait on people.
Right.
So he was just like, look, I'm going to start doing these trips on my own this year, and he did it.
Crazy.
That's
Everything.
breaking out the box already.
Listen.
Festivals by himself.
Don't stay boxed in. At like from John's perspective, like he really explored life and did what he wanted to do, bro. Like, he wasn't waiting for nobody,
Bro, as soon as he got his passport, bro left the country. So he was waiting on that passport to leave the country ASAP. Bro went straight to Panama, bro.
Yeah, now that's the thing. Like one thing, John didn't let nobody stop him from doing anything, and that included his friends. That's the thing. Like that's when you know you broke out of that box, when you start even caring what your friends and family have to say. And it's not like of course you could be considerate of everybody's feelings, but John never let nothing stop him. I think one time he told us all we should do a trip to, I think it was Canada. But I think it was Canada. I think he wanted everybody to slide. We all told him like, I'm gonna be honest, we boxed ourselves in a little bit, just a little bit. Sometimes things really can't be done, but I think he told us ahead of time. We had enough time to really plan for it. And then when none of us went, he went. He still went. He ended up meeting. He went to an EXO concert, weekend concert, and he met people out there. Next thing you know, he's in the 72nd floor of a penthouse, literally looking, calling me, vibing. And I don't know, like
you always figure that shit out.
Like I always feel like when you. Not even like because people tell yourself when you surround your people with doers, when you surround yourself with doers, you're gonna end up doing something. You know what I'm saying? For sure. But John was one of those that I think he wanted to lead by example. Like and leading by example is super important, right? Like me doing this right now, like I hope this inspires people to do whatever. There's some people that reached out to me and said,
"Inspire me."
Yo, I've been wanting to do a podcast for forever, and like you making me want to do it now, and I felt mad good. And that was before I even dropped the episode.
It's gonna start trickling down from you to other people to step outside their comfort zone.
Exactly.
They gotta start with somebody. You feel me?
Exactly, Brody. And my thing is, as long as this is the thing. Lead by example is one thing, right? But it's okay to like you grow at your own pace. You know what I mean? Like everybody grows at their own pace, and it took me a while to get to this point, bro. I had confidence, but to an extent, I always felt like like there was always a ceiling in that box. No lie, like I just felt like I was confident until it came down to like doing it, and then but do you see this is the thing? This
reached that breaking point, and now we at episode. What's this?
This is episode 1, but I already recorded my second. I'm about to record my third next week. It's just a
big move.
You know what I'm saying? Clap that up for the one time. For the one time.
We working.
But that's what I wanted to touch on. Like, now that we talked about what Don't Stay Boxed In means to us, how do you feel like that has changed your life? Like in any way, it doesn't have to be something big, but how do y'all feel like those words, not just those words, but that mindset, how does that feel like y'all changed in y'all lives? Like, what did it do for y'all? Because I'm going to tell you right now, what it did for me was this podcast, right? But what it also did was I stopped caring what people had to say. Like, that's it. I just stopped caring. I was seeking, I noticed, not that I was seeking validation, but I was like, I felt like I needed support to do something. You know what I mean? And the support is good now, but I feel like even if I had no support, I'm on that mindset right now where I'm doing it regardless. You know what I mean? I'm doing it regardless. I'm not boxing myself in no more on anything. So how do y'all feel like it changed? Especially Ro. I mean, I'm gonna let Ro talk first because I personally feel like I know how Ro. I feel like I know, but I'm gonna let him speak.
Damn, I feel like it's a bunch of different ways for me though. Like I feel like from now on, I'm in the mindset of, bro, I can do anything. Like, I went out, I got a different job, I got a career type job. I went back to school. I went to go get a degree. You know, you feel me? I was putting myself in that box also, and then once everything started to click, bro, I just been rolling ever since. You know, I got back into fitness. I really got into fitness now. Like, this is my lifestyle. King Row Fit, yes sir. So this is the lifestyle right now, bro. I never would have thought. I never would have thought that. Little scrawny Ro was out here lifting heavy weights now, like, and I'm teaching people how to do it safely.
My boy used to be 130, soaking.
You feel me? Like, bro, just not staying boxed in just meant take this journey mentally, physically, spiritually, all of that, and take it to the highest height. And I'm not even done, bro, and neither is none of us in here. We really just getting started, bro, because we about to break off. We about to really do something big, you know? But yeah, bro, that's where it put me at right now in this current mindset. Like, just keep growing. Never stop. Never put yourself in a certain situation where you're like, I'm never gonna get out of this, just keep growing.
It's a marathon.
Keep that motherfucker rolling, no matter what.
Every time. And I think one thing I wanted to point out with Ro too. I think when he started shining the most, when he started doing something that he loved to do. I think when he was going to school, that was good. Obviously, going studying for physical therapy and all that. But once Ro started working out and starting to being a trainer, everything, bro. Like he broke out of. That's when he broke out. That's it. That box. Like not that he was boxed in, but he broke out of that. Just getting out there, putting himself out there, and I love that, bro. Like, I think Ro, and I think when he did when the quarantine happened, and when he was recording mad videos, and then recording and getting comfortable in front of the camera, like I noticed the growth in Ro, bro, and I want to tell you that, bro.
Superstar was made a superstar.
Nah, it really be like that. It really once you because like once you get out there, because I know it wasn't comfortable at first being in front of the camera. I know it wasn't, bro. And once I saw it in Ro, like he just got way more and more comfortable. And then I was like, dang, at that point, I was like, yeah, there's really nothing going to stop, bro, at this point. Like, there's nothing at all. And just same thing with John. Like, you could tell John, there was a mindset, like, John shifted. Because, again, he was private when he met us, super to himself. If you knew him, he was a goofy, though. He was a goofball. He was a clown.
Hey, Ron's know about that.
Yeah, Ron's for sure. He reminds me of John O.D. But, like, it's just once you break out of that, though, like, I think once he started meeting more people, he wanted to meet more people. I remember at first, John always used to tell me, like, he was picky with who he talked to. OD conservative. But I think once he got over that and he gave himself a chance to meet people, that's it. OD though. OD. Like John met people, bro, there's people that reached out to me when John passed away where like I never probably met John once. They admitted they met John once. They admitted that they barely knew John. They admitted that like they met John at a concert one time, random, whatever. But they was like, yo, that kid is like
he touched everybody.
He touched everybody, bro. Literally. He touched everybody, and he touched us. Obviously, like we're doing this for a reason. This episode is the first one for a reason. I wasn't gonna talk about nothing until I talked about this. Like I'm trying to like spread that mindset to everybody out there watching. Like you guys. Don't like. I'm gonna repeat this over every episode though, not just this episode. Every episode I'm gonna say don't stay boxed in before I go because I want y'all to remind yourselves like
y'all gonna always remember.
Yeah, break out of that. Like and John was one of those where no matter like how tough shit really got because it wasn't easy for bro too. He went through a lot, bro. He went through a lot, bro. If anything, like John, I mean, yeah,
he went through a lot.
Yeah, and John had every not reason, but he could have been privileged if he wanted to. Like he had a successful family. Shout out to family by the way too. Like everybody, I love them. Like they're like my own fam. But like he could have, you know what I'm saying? He could have stayed comfortable and just, you know what I'm saying, lived under his mom's love and stuff like that. Been spoiled. But nah, John had 2 jobs. John worked at Nike and Lowe's full time, both of them. Went to school full time.
Crazy.
And just traveled full time, low key, bro. Full time concert, bro. Like he was addicted to it, bro. And like and again, everybody has their own way of breaking out of their box, right? But John did it so different, man. Like I can't stop talking about him. Like I think obviously he was inspiring when he was still here, but I think obviously like you know when he passed, like I think we all realized like. Man, like John and especially Zay too. Zay was special because, and I'm gonna talk about Zay a lot because Zay finally got out of that box too, where he started singing. Bro. And when he made that song, bro, when he made that cover, bro, and like
that's how I knew he was starting to get comfortable with himself.
Man, OD, bro, OD, stepping outside of that box. Like Zay had a little problem believing himself that he could sing, but everybody knew he could sing. Everybody, if you knew him play around, mess around, he was singing out of nowhere, and then we would be like, whoa.
Y'all gonna hear the tunes.
Yeah, you're gonna hear it at the end of this episode, man. I'm gonna make sure y'all hear that, man. That was a really special song, but
I really wish like we got him out of his box earlier, but of course like we couldn't do it. Like he had to do it himself. So he made it happen.
He was starting to step outside that box for sure.
You remember we got Brett to go outside. Like we went downtown together. Like bro, I don't remember the last time or the first time that we all went out successbeing together. Had a great night, and
I think
bro,
it was that
Halloween, bro. Halloween. He came outside, bro. Was turned up. He wasn't being quiet, bro. Bro was on there. I was like, yo, this is the Zay I knew, bro, in middle school all the way up now, bro.
And I think like a lot of us, I don't know, like it's a timidness. I think John was timid. I think he still was shy, even when he broke out of that. When he started meeting people, I still think he was shy. You know what I mean? I don't think bro approached people like that. But I think one thing that he just believed, like his personality, like it's crazy how when you start exposing your real true self, how much love you get.
Yeah.
Like, cause you think like, I don't know, for some reason people have self-doubt, right? But it's like, when you start expressing your true self, bro, you'd be surprised how many people will mess with you. Like,
now people mess with you for being you.
Genuine.
Right?
Yeah, it's all about being
genuine self. If you're trying to
yourself.
be somebody you're not, then that's when people will
Yeah.
Get distant from you, bro.
People catch up on those vibes.
Yeah,
you know what
they
I'm saying?
see through
You
that.
see it, bro.
You see
definitely
through
real.
it.
do it.
And now you weird.
Yeah, exactly.
Why you being weird to me?
Nah, but I'm gonna start. We're gonna transition to talking about stories like examples, like what I mean when I say how don't stay boxed in, how you put that in effect into your life. So I'm gonna start off by saying Ro was with me with this one. We was at a J. Cole concert, and we was there all day. First of all, if you knew John, you gonna be there all day. If it's general admission, you gonna be there all day. You gonna be there all day. You stand in line 9 in the morning and you there all day.
Bro, what's crazy is I tell people the story and I don't feel like they believe me. Like they don't understand.
John be having you all day.
This one was OD. Yeah, this story was
Sheesh.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm gonna start. All right, so this is what I mean by example. Like John didn't just say it; he lived it. You feel me? So first, we went to the concert. We went to the J. Cole concert. First of all,
you want to start from the beginning, or you want to get it back?
Nah, we're gonna get straight to the point. We're gonna get straight to the point. We're gonna get straight to the point because the point is to get that message out, right? So we was at a J. Cole concert. It was a lot to it to get there. First of all, but we got there. We made it to the front. I remember we saw he was performing. I think this was Forest Hills.
No, it wasn't Forest.
No, it was
For Your Eyes Only.
For Your Eyes Only. For Your Eyes Only. And then we saw J. Cole perform. First of all, we was standing in line all day. So we tired. The concert's over. I was satisfied. We took a picture with JID, and me and Ro took a picture with JID, and that was satisfying enough. I remember I was like, that was crazy. Like I had a good night.
Your boy talked to Ari Lennox.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, we talked to Ari too. Shout out to her too. But we okay. So we got out the concert. I'm ready to go home. I'm tired. I think everybody can say they was tired. You be lying.
12 plus hours.
Yeah.
Definitely tired.
4 hours from home.
Exactly.
What time was it at this time though?
This
It's
is
like
like 2 a.m. 1
it's gotta be
a.m.
like
No. It was no. It was 12. It was 12. I think it was 12 because we waited till 3 a.m.
Remember, it got pushed back. The concert got pushed back.
It did, but I don't think.
I mean,
regardless of the time,
okay,
it was late. We was tired. We were leaving. We going home. Well, I thought we was.
3-4 hours drive.
And then John was like, "Yo, I want to wait. I want to wait until J. Cole's tour bus leaves." And I was like,
What?
I think we all. I mean,
What? I'm tired.
I think at this
hands and
point,
shit.
yeah, at this point, I had already went through some crazy stuff with John. So I'm like, I trust you, but I'm like, bro, what? Like, the other ones were realistic. The other ones were like realistically. The other ones were like meet and greets. Like, I went through some crazy stuff with him, but this one was more like, this is not a guarantee. Like, what are we doing? So we waited, and it started. People were waiting with us, but some people started leaving because they were like, "All right, J. Cole." I think J. Cole didn't leave until like 3 a.m. Like it was late.
Something like that, yeah.
And the tour bus started leaving, and then it drove right past us. And at that point, we were like,
Boys was hurt.
"Wow!" I mean, I was tight. I was like,
hurt. And my feet hurt, like I said.
I was like, "There's no way that we waited this on for no reason." Yeah, but as soon as the tour bus passed us, then we just literally like, it just kind of like, the tour bus stopped. It stopped, and then obviously once it stopped, we went from thinking that J. Cole's not gonna say what's up to us to just the tour bus guy coming out and saying, "Yo, we're gonna give y'all." I think how long was it? I think he said we're gonna give y'all like 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah.
He's gonna come out, no pictures, no
camera,
flash,
none of that, yeah.
but he's gonna come out. And
so y'all weren't able to take no pictures.
we were no pictures, and then we cared, but it
We
was
got
like
a little
honestly,
video, bro, like,
we were just
3-4
hyping
second
the
video.
And it was only
I've seen
6
the
of us.
video,
It was
yeah.
only 6 of us left, right? And yeah, honestly, like J. Cole came out.
It was worth it.
And then next thing you know, we
Bro.
talking to J. Cole. Next thing you know, he signed our shoes. He signed on his shirt. Like,
I was like, damn.
and like
That's love.
and the reason I brought that story up is because that's a perfect.
That's
That's a perfect example right there.
Isn't that the J. Cole 12s?
Yeah.
The
ones. J. Cole ones.
ones.
And I don't want to get too caught up in that story, but long story short, that's an example of don't stay boxed in, right? That like the fact that he didn't care how dumb that idea sounded. He didn't care what me and Ro thought. He didn't care that we were tired. He didn't care. He did something that he wanted to do, that he felt. And everybody could have easily told him, bro, like, why are we waiting for? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, look what happened. We met J. Cole. and like
Plus, bro had the keys, so we wasn't going nowhere. Anyway.
It was a
done situation.
but that right there is an example. I wanted to say my example because that was just him breaking out. I mean, the box in that case was thinking, because me personally, my box was that I was like, bro, we're not me and J. Cole. Like, that's the box. Like that's an example of a box. It's like you start convincing yourself that it's not gonna happen. And then John was like, nah, we waiting, and we did it, and we met J. Cole. So it's like that's an example. But I want y'all to give an example. I mean, not an example, like a story with John, maybe something that y'all went through with John, where like you thought you didn't think something was gonna happen, the next thing you know, it's there, and it's like, whoa.
I'll keep wanting to hear what Rand's got. I feel like
Rand's got it,
bro.
There's so many memories, and stories.
It's hard to pick one, right?
Yeah, for real. I mean, I can't even really think about a time like.
I mean, for example, like it doesn't have to be a concert though. You know what I mean? Like at any time, like I think who was it? Billy or I mean, do you have a story you want to share? Or
I mean, nah, you can let the words go.
Yeah. Go ahead. Say a story.
What you gotta say?
I mean, no. I'm thinking the one with Billy was when y'all went to. I think he got you J. Cole tour concerts too. I think.
Oh yeah. I remember that. All right, so that J. Cole concert. Yo, first of all, it was mad random. Like, it was just like, this was like, kind of when I first started working at Nike a little bit. So, like, me and John kind of knew him. Like, we was kind of cool, but we kind of got, like, real close at Nike. And then we would just talk about music. And then we'd always be talking about, like, when the latest albums drop, when the latest songs drop and shit. And then, like, he literally was like, yo, J. Cole, about to drop the concert dates, whatever. Like, you trying to go? Like, this was, like, random. I'm just like, what the hell is this nigga talking about? Like, I mean, yeah, like, where's it at? I was in Tampa, da. He's like, yeah, you know, usually I go to concerts, I get VIP, da. I'm just like, cool, like, yeah. He's like, if you trying to go, like, we can be out.
Bill was not taking him serious.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, nah, like, I just kind of like left it alone for a little bit. He just always kept asking me, and
that's
I was
the box.
Yeah, he just always kept asking me. Like,
box.
I ain't gonna lie, I haven't went to a concert in Florida, so I was at the time, so I was just like, nah, I don't know, like. I don't even like and it's like I really wasn't even cool with John. Like I was cool with it, but not like that. So I'm like, I don't know. So I just ended up going, and like I ain't gonna lie, like he paid for that shit too. Like he really looked out, and he was just like, if you want to go, you can. Like I'll pay for it. You just pay me back later. So I was like, oh shit, like damn, like all right, cool. Like if you gonna pay for that shit, I really can't say no. You know what I mean? So
that's a real solid nigga.
Yeah, this is like when we're not even cool like that. We're not even cool. Like
imagine like y'all was already on that level, like how it was before you passed, you feel me? Like,
yeah.
Imagine y'all was already on that level, bro. How much love he would show already.
Exactly.
Look at that. Look how he treats somebody that he just got cool.
Yeah,
with.
we just got cool
just
around the
now
time.
breaking down the barriers and breaking down the wall, and like y'all got close like that, bro.
Yeah, and ever since.
And then I went with y'all too. We did two concerts in that. Two concerts in 2 days. Bro. We did Travis Scott, and then we did J. Cole.
Damn.
Shit was crazy.
And I think another one. I'm gonna share another one too. I think this one was crazy because it's like you really think who would do something like this, but again, it's always John. Like John always did something like this. But like, it was when Tidal first came out. I think Tidal was the Jay-Z created that Tidal app, and
the J. Cole thing.
Yeah. So he I think there was a challenge. I mean, I think it was pretty much like, all right, whoever streams Tidal for the longest time. Is gonna win tickets to not the album. It was gonna win tickets to an intimate J. Cole concert.
Yeah.
It was like it had something to do with that, right?
It was streaming J. Cole's album on Tidal. Whoever streamed it the longest, like whoever had like the most consecutive plays.
But the crazy part, it was run through Tidal, but it was like a New York station. It was a concert in New York. And then you would think that people from New York would do, obviously people from New York, but not anybody from out of state. It's like you're in Florida. It's like, why are you like, you're gonna apply to do something? But he streamed, I think Tidal, how long? I think it was 18 hours. I think it was funny, like second place, third place was like 7 hours, like 6 hours. John won by 11 hours. Like literally, bro. He was streaming J. Cole's. I'm not losing, bro.
He left his phone streaming while he was at work. Like he would put it in the work locker. And he'd be like, all right, bro, let's go work. And then if you walk past his locker, bro, all you hear is J. Cole blasting out the locker. I was like, what's wrong with you, bro?
It's crazy. And then next thing you know, obviously he won the tickets to J. Cole's concert. And it's funny how we talk about J. Cole. There's so many more. He went to a lot more concerts than J. Cole.
Yeah.
But with this one, it's just that all the crazy stories really came from that one.
He actually brought Zay with him. He
brought Zay. Well, I think did he bring Zay or he came by himself?
Yeah, they flew out. Yeah, it was like you bring a guest with you. one of those contests.
Exactly, and they literally flew out to New York, went to a free J. Cole intimate concert. But when I say intimate though, it was like
handful of people.
Only I think 30. No, I think it was probably more than 30. But it was like barely anybody, and J. Cole's literally right in front of him, like 2-3 feet away. It was crazy. When he showed me the video, I was like, yeah. And the box in that case was nobody would think of streaming for that long, or just in general, nobody.
You
convince yourself that like, I'm probably not gonna win that,
bro. In Florida, bro. Like we're in a whole other state. You gotta get your ticket, and then you gotta get out there and do everything after that.
Exactly.
But bro was like, nah, I'm going.
He was different.
Like,
He was definitely different.
Yeah, I'm getting that.
Now, all right. So now we talked about the stories, using that as an example. Now, I want to get into this because I feel like this is something that can help somebody out there that has lost somebody, right? Like when we lost John and Zay, obviously that was tragic. Obviously, like it was sad. It was time froze. The world froze for me at that point. I didn't believe what was going on. I didn't know what was happening. But I think what can help people out there is how to cope with losing somebody special. You know what I mean? Losing somebody that was my best friend. That was obviously the gang. And I'm gonna start off by saying my way of how I coped with it the best that I could, because a lot of people, especially this year, sadly, bro, like a lot of people are losing special ones. Like a lot of special ones. RIP to everybody that we've lost, not just this year, but last year and the year before, and so on. But I think we got to give advice to people that haven't lost somebody yet, that eventually they will have to go through that. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna start off by saying that one of the biggest things that helped me cope with John and Zay's death was two things. Honestly, two things. One was talking about them. Like,
definitely.
I was like, at first, of course, the first couple of days, you're like, you don't want to think it's real. First of all, you're trying to hope that you're dreaming. But then I started realizing that the more I started talking about John and Zay, like to my friends and people that didn't know him, I felt happier. I was talking, like I couldn't stop talking about them. Like if somebody asked me about them, I couldn't stop talking about them. And it was helping me because it was making me feel like I'm always like they're still here type of thing. It made me feel like they were still here. Me talking about them, and it was sad at first, but it was started coming to a thing where I loved talking about them. And if anybody has lost somebody out there, don't let their spirit die. Like don't like continue talking about them, continue showing love to them, continue
in loving memory.
Yeah, because that just eats inside you if you just keep it to yourself.
Exactly. Keep their legacy, spread it as much as you can, bro. Because to this day, it's been almost 4 years, and I'm gonna talk about them forever, bro. Forever. We've been doing anniversaries all the time. We're not stopping anytime soon. Like I think 5 years is gonna be a big one. 5 years is gonna be special.
We gotta take a trip for that.
Yeah, but for sure. But this year is also gonna be special too, man. We're gonna do something right for them. But what would y'all say? What would y'all say was a good way of coping with? I mean, like. Obviously, it's gonna be hard. Obviously, it's always gonna be hard. But what was y'all way of grieving and coping with somebody that passed away to y'all?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Like to elaborate, what you said is constantly just bring it up. Don't just keep it to yourself. Let it eat inside you. Mm-hmm. I mean, in our situation, we got much more closer. I think we stayed at my house almost. Yeah. That during that time, we were at my house 3-4 times a week. Something like that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're together like this, so definitely just confining and your brothers and family. That's And
I'm glad you said that, bro, because that was my second reason. I forgot to say my second reason was, my second way was, chilling with y'all, bro. Like
it was like, what was it like? At least a good week or two we was together every day. And like for those who's lost somebody out there, like just. Like, be with your loved ones. Like be with the ones that were there. You know what I'm saying? That can understand where you're coming from. And make those memories. Like what we talked about it. Ron's that one quote that John said. I can't say word by word. If y'all know, then correct me. But like, it's pretty much saying that like memories last forever. Yeah, that's pretty much what you're saying. Like, that's pretty much that's all that you're gonna have in the end is memories. So like that's gonna last forever. And I feel like as long as you continue spending time with your loved ones, making those memories. And just living, just keep like you know what I'm saying, like live as if they're still here. That's my thing. Like just spend time with your loved one. That's gonna be a big way to help. Don't isolate yourself. That's one of the. I mean, it can help some people sometimes, but don't stay on that mindset where you just not. Because I convinced myself at some point that I felt like I was never gonna find a friend like them again. Like I was never gonna fill that void ever. And honestly, sometimes to this day, I still think that way too. Because like they love me in a different way. Like
Yeah, we all show love to each other, of course, but I'm not taking none of that away.
Them two was just different.
But they were just different, bro. Like
ain't no replacing them.
Ain't no replacing them, bro. And I feel like, but me spending time with y'all, like us showing love to each other, that helped me OD.
All the memories we share together, you feel me? Things we did in the past, like we just always gotta talk about it and keep them in memory.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. And honestly, one of my last questions, honestly, is really what do y'all think was stopping you before y'all broke out of that box, right? Like, or maybe what's stopping you now? I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's okay to admit that you're still boxed in. I feel like I can admit that before studying for my real estate license, I feel like I was boxing myself in. I truly feel that way. That I feel like even though I was like, like having fun, creating memories and stuff like that, doing things that I love doing, like I feel like there was something that was like, dang, like I'm not doing something that's making me happy. You know what I mean? Like, and real estate got me to open my eyes and be like, yo, damn, like I can actually do this. Like if I just study, put my mind to it, whatever the case may be. And then I had a little fall back, whatever, and then I found myself in that box again. And then now like I'm breaking out of that box again, doing this podcast. You know what I mean? So what would y'all say is the biggest thing for people out there watching, like that stopped you from breaking out of that box, or it can stop somebody out there? And then how do you recognize that? You know what I mean?
I mean, I feel like it's just all a part of growth. You feel me? You definitely gotta step outside that comfort zone. I think for me, when I finally stepped outside that box is when I found out I had a daughter on the way.
For sure, bro.
You feel me? So everything's just been taken off of me since.
Yeah.
CDL, about to buy my first crib.
Yeah.
You feel me? Just like everything's just taken off. You feel me?
Hold on.
Hey. Nah, for real.
But nah, like I don't even know how to express myself even more than just you gotta step outside that comfort zone. You're gonna fail before you succeed.
Every time.
You're always gonna take. You might get a W, then you might get 2 L's.
Sometimes you gotta fail before you succeed.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
You're definitely gonna fail a few times before you succeed, but the W is definitely at the top.
And stay consistent, stay persistent. I think John, we all have successful John stories, but there's a couple stories that John didn't. Like we did a lot to not get nothing. You know what I mean? So, but that didn't stop John though at all. Nothing really stopped John.
Still trusted him after that point.
Yeah, me too. To be honest, like meeting. Hold on, I gotta say this one story real quick. All right, so there was one time where we went to a Drake concert. I'm gonna try to make it short. Drake Summer 16 concert, and we got to the front. I mean, first of all, it was an amazing concert. First of all, then Drake added a show. He added a second show to the concert. I think he added the second day. Like it was the day after. He said, "Yo, I'm gonna do one more show here in Miami for y'all." And we obviously bought the tickets for the first one, so we were like, dang, how are we gonna get tickets for the second one? Like, well, I mean, in my opinion, I was like, I'm good with the first one. I'm good off that. But John was like, nah, I need to.
We going.
and then what's crazy was that the John, instead of thinking, all right, bet, let's find a way to get tickets, John was like, yo, I'm gonna try to use the ticket that I used for day one.
This nigga dumb shit.
Expired ticket.
But you see how we all laughing, right? Because the first thing you think is like, what?
That's not gonna work. Get out of here.
What? Like, why? What? That's not, bro. That's not
ticket. Yeah.
Like, let's at least have a backup plan, type of thing. You know what I mean? Like let's think of something. I feel you, but let's think of a better way, type of stuff. But he did it. I tried to do it. John got in with the first day ticket. They scanned it. They were like, damn, something's wrong with it. And then the manager came, and then he was just like, I guess they didn't notice it said day one, but he found a way to get in. He got in. I let him do it first like a dummy. I was like, yo, I was like, you go first, bro. I'm not doing this first.
Straight in there.
I was like, I'm not gonna. I was like, you do it first. He got in, and I was like, oh, bet. I tried. Straight denial, bro. And what's crazy was Lil Wayne and Rihanna came out to that show. And they came out as special guests. And I knew that was the reason he did day two. I started realizing, I'm like, damn, he did it because of that. And then I was like, all right, bet. Like, I was proud of John. Obviously, he didn't stay boxed in. He did what it was crazy idea, but he did it. And then you thinking the night's over. Right? We on the way home. We on the way home to drop off his little sister to her friend's house. And then we on the way home. We chilling. We're tired. I'm tired. I think we was smoking on the way. And then next thing you know, he's like, yo, bro. Like, we dropped off Shawty. We on the way back to the hotel, and he's like, yo, bro, yo, Roy Woods just hit me up. And I was like, Roy Woods? Roy Woods was, for anybody that don't know Roy Woods, now he's part of OVO. He still makes music.
Oh, that's when you met them at the hotel and shit, right?
Bro. So next thing you know, I'm wondering like, what do you mean Roy Woods hit you up? Like, what are you talking about? Like,
make it make sense.
Like, yeah, like I'm like, how? Like, give me a background. So he said, bro, I pretended like I was the plug, and he had put up, Roy Woods had in his story, he put "Who got gas in Miami," and he literally, I guess he hit him up and was like, yo, I got that for you. And we all know John's not a plug. We all know we don't live in Miami, first of all. So he was acting like he was the plug, and long story short, Roy Woods hit him back up and said, "Yo, like,
pull up.
I need that." And next thing you know, we go into the hotel and we see a tour bus outside, and then we're like, hold up, this is really this is real
this
stuff.
really happened.
We couldn't even park our car. We had to pay valet to park our car. There was no regular parking. That was a hotel, like it was a 5-star Mandarin hotel. And we got inside. I remember thinking like, nah, like hold up, we really here right now. And then Roy Woods came down and he was like, and we thinking we just gonna give him the bud. It's gonna be a smooth transition. He's like, nah, come upstairs, like. And then, what?
Damn,
bro. Next thing you know, we going
like,
upstairs and we get to the room and then again I'm thinking, all right, he's getting his money. It's gonna be smooth. I'm still thinking it's gonna be nothing but a smooth whatever. Bro was like, yeah, he said, yo, we about to leave to the next city, which that could have been a reason for Roy Woods to been like, y'all be out, but nah, Roy Woods was like, yo, like y'all could, I'm about to smoke real quick. Y'all want to smoke? But I tell you, next thing you know, we on a balcony with Roy Woods at a crazy hotel in Miami, crazy fire. I'm convinced that I think Drake was in that hotel too, but we never know. I don't. We didn't want to be that guy. Be like, yo, where's Drake? Like, you know why we here?
Like, all right, it's time to go.
But yeah, like long story short, we chilled with Roy Woods, man, and we chilled with Roy Woods, and we
chopped it up with him and everything.
We chopped it up with him, and then
asking him questions.
Humble dude. Shout out to Roy for real. Like we met him. After John and Zay passed,
I think even Roy Woods posted John when he passed away.
No, it was
Amir Obi.
It was Amir Obi.
Okay.
And but crazy part, Roy to this day still remembers John. Like we met up with Roy Woods in Miami a year after John passed away, and he remembered us perfect. Like because you can't, like that's the thing, like when it comes down to people like that are bold enough to do something like that, like you just can't forget people like that. I could see how he didn't forget John. I could see that. And Amir Obi, that's crazy. Amir Obi donated to the GoFundMe. I remember he donated like 500 or 1,000, I think, right? And he put money towards John's funeral. And it's like,
that's crazy,
what music artist do you know that does that for a fan? Like, you know what I mean? Like that's only seen somebody do that for John. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? It's just out of the ordinary, bro. And
Roy was really one of a kind.
One of a kind, bro. And I think that's just one story right there. Roy Woods, we chill with Roy. We met Party Next Door one time at a meet and greet. And we met him. We got to talk to him. And then John was bold enough to be like, yo, bro, we gonna go to your Tampa show too. No, we was in Orlando. No, we was in Miami.
Yeah, he was in
Miami. He said we going to your Orlando show too.
Yep.
Yo, it's like we gonna be there, and then Party was like, and I don't know why John didn't said that, but he was like, Party was like, yo, like y'all need tickets, like y'all wanna. Like, Party was like, yo, speak to my manager, bro. Like, speak to my manager, he'll get y'all right. And I'm like, wait, what? Like that's off of just John being bold enough to tell him that, because we didn't have to tell him we're going to your Orlando show. Like, what? In my head, I'm thinking Party's like, okay, I see you there.
Why is he telling me?
I see you there. Like what? But Party was just him breaking out of that box of just not being timid and just going for it. And he literally was like, yeah. And Party dead got us. I think you or Shadi.
Yeah.
Somebody got to meet Party the next day. We only had 2 meet and greet tickets.
Exactly.
I think it was Frank and Shadi. And we got to it was Frank.
They wasn't even supposed to be back there. It was just supposed to be you and John.
Yeah, because we paid for meet and greet, and then they had regular tickets, and then Party was like, we don't care. And then I remember Party had we had Party Next Door's manager's email, and then that was one tour, and then a year later, Party did another tour, and we made sure we got the meet and greet, and we emailed the manager. John didn't care. He just went for it every time. He emailed the manager, and the manager emailed back and said, "Yeah, like I'll see you here," type stuff. We went to the show. We went to the meet and greet. We seen Party again. It was our 3rd time meeting him, and he remembered John right away. Like he was like, he said, this is the, and he called him something. It was like, yo, he called us kind of crazy, pretty much. He's like, this is a crazy boy. He's like, he was like, yo, I remember that, and then. I think it was when. Oh yeah, this is when Party Next Door literally told us, because we told him, it was like, yo, what you about to do after this? Like, you about to go to a club, after club, whatever. And Party was like, yeah, I'm actually going to. I forgot what the name of the club was, but he told us. And then he said, yeah, like when y'all get there, let me know. And I'm thinking, first of all, like, what? Like, that sounds crazy enough. Party literally was like, yeah, when y'all get there, let me know. Again, you start thinking, you start convincing yourself, like, all right, he just said that. You know what I mean? Like he just said that. Right. And we could have easily not went to the club and just been like, like, you know what I mean? Because we were satisfied. Or we could have just went to the club and not reached out to him. But long story short, we get to the club. It was me, John, and Zay. And we was waiting. Party Next Door got there late.
Of course.
But as soon as he got there, they get to their section. And then next thing you know, we're chilling. We're like trying to get his attention, but also not at the same time, not trying to look thirsty. Yeah. But as soon as the manager saw us, he literally was just like, and we were just like, no. John didn't. It's funny. John didn't see it at first, so I remember I saw it, and I looked at John because I was like, I thought he saw it, so I'm like, and he's like, he's looking like he's kind of like dozed off, and I'm like, bro, I think Party Next Door's manager just told us to come through. He was like, nah, and I was like, bro, look, and we looked again, he wasn't looking, and then we got his eye, we made eye contact, he did it again. And then John, by the time I looked back, John was he was out.
Yeah. Don't wait for nobody, bro.
Yeah, John,
he don't wait. He
exactly.
Don't go.
So then we went, and then yeah, honestly, the security guard first of all was like, "What the fuck y'all doing?" Like back up. Y'all getting a little too close. Mm-hmm. And then the manager was like, "Nah, they good." And then next thing you know, he opens it, and then we in there, and then. Like we get to it's like a couch. You know how you step on a couch. Party Next Door was stepping on the couch, right? Mm-hmm. He was on top of it, but there was like another level up because the section was like slanted. It was going up. So we get to the top. We hired everybody, and then I'm looking around and I'm trying not to be like OD like yo party. So I'm trying to act like I belong there. I think this girl was like, yo, you want something? You want a drink? And I was like, yeah, like trying to look comfortable. Yeah. And then nah, she was a baddie though. And then she poured us a drink, me and John. And next thing you know, we're there. We turn around, and then Party he looks down on us, and he's like, it was good. He dashed both of us up, and he was talking to a girl, so we didn't want to bother too much. But next thing you know, I'm looking to my left, and then John's talking to Party Next Door's best friend. J-Ray, shout out to J-Ray for he shows mad love, OD. To this day, he still shows love. But he started talking to Jay, and I'm thinking like why is he? I don't know. Like they was looking like they was having a good convo. And we in the club, so I'm like, what is John? At this point, I'm like, what is John saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then he's talking about FIFA. He's talking about mad stuff, and I'm like, why is he talking to this dude about FIFA? Come to find out, I didn't know this, but he had played FIFA with Party's best friend already, like online.
What?
And he was connected already through that. So when he met J Ray, he's like, yo, I'm John. And then he was like, oh yeah, like, and they.
That was it.
I'm like, man, what?
FIFA
like,
boys.
Who does that?
Bro,
like,
on FIFA heavy too.
Yeah, like who does that? So like, it just got to a point where like I started. That was so many things proved to me that like, dang, like. No matter what, John, he's different, bro. Like, I mean, and no matter, and that just teaches you to like, yo, stop caring what people think, what people say, or what could happen negative wise. Like, everything that we share in these stories, it's like we're laughing to it because it's like only John would do that.
He's one of you.
Only John would do that, bro. Only John would do that. But now he didn't keep himself in that box of like not believing that. Okay, like let me speak up, and you don't know what happens until you do it. Like you said, you're gonna just go out and do it. Next thing you know, bro. Next thing you know, John met Uzi, John met Future, John met Thug, John met Nav. That was a story of his own. When he was in Nav's section too. I wasn't there for that, but he met. The Weeknd. The Weeknd. I mean, EXO. I mean, honestly, let's talk about that too. EXO. What is like EXO, that lifestyle? I think a lot of people think that we're Weeknd fans, right? We claim EXO, and we're just like. I mean, we love the Weeknd. We love the Weeknd, but EXO is a lifestyle. I think EXO is more of like.
Yeah, it's definitely a lifestyle.
Yeah, because if you look at everybody that goes and sees the Weeknd's crew, it's the same crew that he started with. Same crew. Like you don't see nobody added or whatever. It's the same game.
Definitely a lifestyle, a family, a brotherhood, and shout out to the other EXO boys that aren't here today.
Yo, big shout out to that. Big shout out to to LJ, to Gene, to Josh,
Frank,
Big Frank. Frank. And I mean, if we missing out, anybody gave
all the CT boys too.
CT Hood Hope,
Definitely.
Hood Hope,
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean, man?
Representing.
And I just want to end this. I mean, I think it's time to wrap it up, right? But I just want to end it by saying, first of all, thank y'all, bro. Like, thank y'all for like again being here, supporting me.
Already,
like,
bro.
Since day one, bro.
Thank everybody out there watching that just again giving me a chance to like give a platform for you guys. I wanted to get this episode out the way because I wanted to tell everybody that don't stay boxed in. That's what I'm going to be saying all the time. That's really the motto to live by, right? So everybody out there, don't stay boxed in.
Hey, anybody want to get that tatted?
Hey,
Y'all boys scared.
hey, listen, I'm with him. Hey,
what's up, right?
listen, it's a lifestyle.
We already got the XO, bro.
It's a lifestyle. But I wanna end this one on a toast. Say no more. So let's get this out the way, man. I just want to say again, love y'all, bros. Love y'all. Love
sir.
I hope we making you proud, bro. This is a toast for the first official episode of Don't Stay Boxed In.
Stay Boxed In.
Podcast for the people.
Yes, sir.
The beginning of
P
something
for
special,
P.
man. This is the beginning of something
We gonna
special.
see y'all at the top.
Just wait. Just wait on it. Let's get it. Cheers, gang.
Let's get it.
Your mind. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking, babe.